Discover the all-encompassing power of the all in this mind-blowing video. Don't miss this life-changing experience. The all is omnipresent, meaning that it is present everywhere and includes all that is, whether considered good or bad, light or dark, positive or negative. It is all-encompassing, including both sides of every coin, yet it maintains balance and equilibrium between them. Its presence is not limited to any particular location, but rather pervades everywhere and nowhere simultaneously. In essence, it is the fundamental fabric of existence, the underlying force that ties together all things in the universe. It is the unity that underlies all diversity, the singularity that gives rise to all multiplicity. Without it, there would be no creation, no manifestation, no experience of reality. The mind can never understand this, simply because the limitations of the human mind prevent us from comprehending the all in its entirety. This is because the mind operates within a framework of duality, perceiving things as either one thing or its opposite. It cannot understand anything but duality, because that is its very nature. As a result, the mind is limited in its ability to comprehend something that goes beyond being divided into two categories or parts. The mind can only see part of it all. It does not include the all. As a result of this, the mind classifies the all as a paradox, something that cannot be explained. Therefore, we can never know the all through the mind. When someone is doing something the mind deems as wrong or right, or whether we think we are doing something right or wrong, does not really matter. These judgments happen simply because we have identified with the dualistic mind. When we step away from this identification, we then see everything as it really is. The mind can only understand opposites. When we relate to the mind, when we believe we are the mind, we are diverted by the idea of opposites. This is the veil, the illusion. We are not the mind or the body. We are that which animates the body. What we truly are is a spark of the all-plane, loving all of creation unconditionally. We are the silent and inclusive space between all things. If we do react or do something that is deemed by the mind to be good or bad, the mind, which simply only knows duality, will create the illusion that you have done something wrong or right, often creating annoyance, upset, and suffering within your being. The mind is actually an amazing tool because it helps us to move around and to do many things in life. The illusion, the veil, is when we relate who we are to the mind and body, we work within the perimeters of duality. At this point, we can only see duality. When we remember who we really are, then nothing really matters, because we realize that we are a spark of the all. We accept all things the way they are, whether it is known as good or bad. This is simply because we no longer relate to the duality of the mind. We have a mind, but we are so much more than that. We must step beyond everything the mind thinks it knows, because there is so much more than the mind. We may think we have evolved out of the mind, but it is very subtle, so very subtle. If we think we have lifted the veil of the mind, we are still working within the parameters of the mind or duality. It is impossible to communicate in words the inexpressible, the beauty, freedom, and complete acceptance of everything there is. Therefore, this is an attempt to convey this realization in the clearest way I know how, so that you can get some sort of realization of what I'm pointing to. You are already enlightened. Give up the idea of becoming enlightened. How can you become what you already are? Because we've identified with the mind, we have created a sort of veil of duality that covers this. Whether the veil of the mind is or is not, does not change the fact that we are already enlightened. It is the realization of this that changes everything. When we let go of the mind and its beliefs, this is when the magic happens. The unchained melody of the soul calls out to us every day, silently waiting for us to realize that we are in the dream of the mind. This realization can happen to anyone instantly, in a split second. Words do not explain it well, as words are created through the mind. Trying to use words to explain this realization does not even get close to the beauty and the balance of the all. Every belief, every idea is the mind. What we truly are is all-encompassing love, composed of vibrating strings of energy, vibrating strings of unconditional love, vibrating and holographic strings of the light. We are a spark of the all, simply delighting in being. The different vibrating pieces of light make us unique, but we are also absorbed into one light and remain individual, but also one. I am not more enlightened than you are or anyone else, and you are not more than I. We are all equal, no matter which way we look at it. I hope you enjoyed this video, which is part of a new YouTube playlist called The Unchained Melody of the Soul. Thank you for watching. If there are any questions you may have, I am open to them, so don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to be notified of upcoming videos.